I have in front of me a visualization showing the activity of 15 call center agents. They can either be on a call or they can be idle. And this is streaming data coming in from Postgres into Grafana. I see that the calls take, let's see, 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 4 seconds. So let's say anywhere between 2 and 10 seconds. And this data is going to keep arriving and this visualization is going to keep updating. How does this work? Where does this data actually come from? I wrote a ShadowTraffic file to power it, and I'm going to show you how it works. So I'll go over to my editor on the right and a Postgres terminal on the left. And let's look at the ShadowTraffic file first. I have two generators, both generating data to Postgres tables. First, I have a table called agents where I'm just generating 15 rows of different identifiers, and it stops after it hits 15. So I have 15 call center agents, no more, no less. And I can check that on my table here on the left. I have these 15 rows. And then for my second generator, I'm sending data to a table called calls. And this is a little bit more intricate, but it's not that complicated. First, I use a primitive called fork to essentially parallelize this generator. And fork works by taking an identifier from somewhere else as the basis for the identity of a parallel fork. And so what it does is it looks up these call center agents. Keys need to be unique. So anytime a call center agent is occupied, essentially busy, and a fork is already taken, it can't be overtaken. And so each call can only use one agent at a time. And then it's going to stagger, bring in new calls about once every 1,000 milliseconds. And then the rest is just setting the data. I have some variables. I set a call ID just once so it's stable. And I set a call duration from anywhere between 2 and 10 seconds. And then I set the data for the row. So I have a call ID and an agent ID. And then I use another primitive to give it some variation. I use a state machine to say that the call starts at a particular time and it ends at a particular time. And after that, the state machine goes to a terminal state and the generator ends and the agent is freed up to take another call. So I can check that data in Postgres as well. I'm selecting from calls. I am ordering by call ID and timestamp. And here you can see stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And so these calls are taking agents and they're freeing them up. And one thing that you'll notice I mentioned in the fork value is that these calls are staggered to come in once every second or so. And you can actually see this in the data. So if I pull up and I look at the very beginning of the data, what you'll see is this nice staggering in of these calls. You'll actually see it in the graph. And that's how you can use state machine and fork to generate different situations like this one.